Ow! It's the call of the wild, BitOfRits.
I feel like that is not the sound of a wolf. That was like a wooga versus a ow.
Ow! Better?
Yes.
Okay.
So we were on the search for some hard case card holders.
Yeah,
right?
card protectors, basically.
Protectors, thank you. So we stopped by a local comic book store that we have not been at in quite some time.
Quite a while, yeah.
And we found a couple goodies while we were there. So we figured we'd share real quick. So first up, oh, go ahead. Do you want to say anything?
No, I was just going to say, yeah, it's good to go back there, though.
Yeah, we haven't been there in a while. So first up is Gru.
Yep.
So why don't you, I've never heard of this. So why don't you talk a little bit about what this is and why you purchased it?
So basically, Sergio Agrones, I might be butchering his name, but he was one of the main artists for Mad Magazine back in the day. So you could definitely recognize his art style. He always did like the border cartoons on any Mad Magazine, like little margin gimmicks, I guess you would say, or else I would say. But anyway, I knew that he did this comic book for a very long time called Gru. And again, you can recognize the art style. And bottom line is, I never read it, and I was always curious how it was. So this comic shop just gotten a bunch of them in. So I figured, why not give it a shot and see if it tickles the fancy, if you will. So
we will not.
Check out Groove the Wanderer for sure.
Great. So next up is Cracked with a wrestling theme.
Yep. So
let's talk about that.
Yeah, when I basically mentioned to the owner about that, basically why I was buying this, he mentioned, oh, we just got a bunch of Mad magazines in and Cracked. So I went over and took a look at that bin, and of course, you know, some of these are older. This one's from the 1980s, 1985 to be exact, and I definitely was taken back by the art style and just like the gimmick of the front cover, the theme. You basically have Mr. T, Hulk Hogan, and Cyndi Lauper. This was October 1985. This is all about the rock and wrestling connection involving those three going into WrestleMania 1. So I'm really excited of seeing what's going on in here and just, you know, reading the comics from that era, the jokes, and just kind of seeing how the WWF basically plays into it. So,
like, to me, I can definitely tell this is the same style as Mad Magazine. I have never heard of Crack before.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no. I was familiar with Mad Magazine because my sister used to read it. And we had the Mad board game.
Oh yeah, the Mad board game. If you haven't seen it before, it's definitely it's fun. It's fun. It's a very very weird game, but it's Mad Magazine. But yeah, I had a subscription to Cracked though as well when I was a kid. So yeah, I definitely was not reading this back in the 80s. But again, I look forward to seeing what's going on with this particular issue. And like I said, this should be pretty funny.
Okay, next up is Mad Magazine with the crossover of Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah, very excited about this. When we went there, one of the things that I was really looking forward to was seeing if they had Garbage Pail Kids, just in case, if they're carrying trading cards, because they had like Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic cards. Figured maybe they have the new Topps Garbage Pail Kids. They didn't. But when I was looking through this, bin of Mad and Crack, this was the last one that I saw there at the very end, and I'm definitely really interested to see like what this crossover brings. And the Garbage Pail Kids cards were almost like Mad Magazine characters and parodies to begin with. So I wonder what they came up with in their Garbage Pail issue. So nauseating Newman, Alfred Newman. So yeah, I can't wait to check this one out for sure. Similar era, 1986 was a year later than it Cracked.
And last but not least, this is a surprise for All That Pat, although I think he knows the general genre. I told the guy that I was checking out that like some of these were presents. And so he like asked straight out, oh, is this? And he said what it was, a present. And I'm like, uh-huh. But even though All That Pat wasn't in eyesight, the store is not super big. So he could hear everything the guy is saying. And I'm just like, okay. But he was a very nice gentleman, but I was like, please stop saying what these not the titles, but the subject of the comics were. So,
oh wow,
a Three Stooges comic. I figured you can kind of give it a look over, and then we can give it to your father as a gift, since He's also a big fan of Three Stooges. So did you know that they made Three Stooges comics at all?
So about gosh, 3 or 4 years ago, I was walking through Manhattan, and I was going past this like really small, very small comic book shop there, and they did actually have a Three Stooges comic in the window. However, they had just come out with it at the time because it was a big picture of Larry Fine, Larry on the front cover. But so I picked that one up and I gave it to my dad. I had no idea they made one a while ago, though. That's really cool.
Yeah, this is, what's the date on this?
86.
86.
And it's number 2.
And it's in 3D, which it did not have the 3D glasses, but we could easily get one of those. But that's pretty funny. It has that, red and blue. I didn't realize that when I picked it up, actually, that it was going to be in 3D. That's funny. Wow. So this should be kind of fun for you to look at. And originally was $2.50. Now $3. Basically stayed
within the era,
within the value. There you go.
Yeah, I love the art, like very realistic art on the front cover. And then on the back, I love these, like this cartoony caricature of the Three Stooges. That's really neat. Oh wait, yeah. So yeah, I'm very curious to see how this 3D works. I mean, it's very standard 3D from the era. I don't think I still have it, but I actually had a Married with Children comic book that was in 3D like this.
Huh. I've never seen a 3D comic book, so this is pretty silly to me. I mean, I definitely had 3D, books and stuff growing up, or more like the TV shows you watch on TV and you put on the glasses,
Right.
So you'll have to give a review of all these the comic books that we picked up tonight as you're reading them and afterwards. So
you know what I think is interesting? This is definitely 1986. And I think this predates the actual movie version, but it's got an ad for the Rocketeer comic book, which again, I know the movie that came out, and I believe that was in the early 90s. So that's very cool.
Yeah.
So again, Three Stooges comic from 1986. Mm-hmm. And then we also got a Mad magazine.
What year was that one?
1986 as well, with a theming of the Garbage Pail Kids. Very excited to look that over. Then we had a Crack magazine from 1985 featuring WWF WrestleMania 1 with Hogan, Mr. T, and Cyndi Lauper.
And 1991.
Yep, and then Gru, was made and invented, created by the artist from Mad Magazine, Sergio Aragonés. Yeah, definitely really excited. Some bedside reading, because it's getting pretty late, so I might check out one of these tonight. We'll see.
We will see. So we stopped at a Target the other day to look for Garbage Pail Kid cards.
Oh, but wait, there's more. Oh,
so here's another set of those ones that I gave the other day.
Oh, wow.
So these are the 35th anniversary Garbage Pail Kid packs. So you can go through and share that on a video at some point.
You found these while we were shopping?
No, this is the same purchase that I got a while back.
Oh, wow. So how many did you get? Well, I guess we have to wait to see.
I got you 2. Clearly.
Wow. Very cool. Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. So yes, enjoy.
Yeah, I just went through and I bindered up one of my sets, which was the Late to School set. So very nice.
That's the one that I gave you the full one for Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Right. So I went through that, and we found a Rita card in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's Rita book.
Yes, it was a 2-headed Cabbage Patch Kid looking at books.
Mm-hmm. Clever. Yes.
I want to say I saw another one with your name not that long ago either, but definitely there's a lot of Pats. That's Pat rhymes with everything. So, but
all right.
Gizmo's growling over there.
Well, he's not growling. He kind of sighed. He was just like,
It's like more Garbage Pail Kids.
Yes. All right.
Very cool. So sneak preview, what's to come. Make sure to join us tomorrow night at 8:00 for our I Stream, You Stream, our WandaVision Series 6, Episode 6 review with Lord Cash and the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be cool. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Like, share, subscribe, and get some sleep. Adios.
Have a good day or night.